Welcome to Hangman Tarot. We're going to get started here with our love readings for the ghosted single zodiac sign, Libra through Pisces today. Before we begin, I want you to go ahead and hit subscribe to this YouTube channel, Hangman Tarot. Again, I'm Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. Also, when you hit subscribe, you're going to click the bell button. When you click that bell, it's going to deliver all my notifications to you. And if you're into 2 to 3 videos a week, then let me know, or just click on the bell, whatever you need to do. Subscribe. And also, we are going to be checking out those social media links. I want you to go ahead and check them out, share, like, and follow if you would, please, and thank you. To get all of my really rad tarot cards, celebrity tarot card readings, love readings, current readings, zodiac sign readings, general, you name it, you're definitely going to want to check that bell button. We're going to move on, and we're going to get into our ghosting tarot readings, okay? So we're going to find out the reason for the ghosting, kind of how you were vibing, how they were vibing, and the reason for the ghosting. Some things around it that you are unaware of, obviously, and some things that you can possibly do to make yourself feel better according to the cards. Now, there will also be a potential outcome, and we're going to start with our Libra. Also, if you have any requests for any kind of reading, celebrity tarot or otherwise, please let me know. Make sure you leave a comment. Let's do not one more. Okay. We have our Death Upright card. Queen of Pentacles, that is in reverse, and then 4 Pentacles upright. So far looking like a Pentacles reading, so a lot about groundingness, a little bit of loyalty here, some things that are sensual within life, a little practicality, maybe stubbornness. We're going to get into it right now. Okay, so you would probably have been dealing with a Pentacles, so probably an earth sign or a Capricorn to be super specific. Could even possibly be Sagittarius. I think you were really embracing what you were doing when you came into the relationship. You really were not holding on to anything in the past when it comes to this individual. So it makes me think that you already were dealing with this person, or you knew this person. But there was an end to an old cycle. And then, so that's what you were dealing with. You were actually dealing with some truth that you weren't scared about. Okay. So there was some truths here about the individual who you just were not scared about. As far as how they were feeling about the situation, is they were extremely stubborn, but they also felt like you were controlling. So there was a stagnancy here, though, and this relationship was super conflicting to them. Okay. And they feel like it was nearing an end anyway. Okay. So this Queen of Pentacles in reverse is why they ghosted. So they can't love themselves. And so, they can't love you, and they need some self-care, and it's super, super required. But is that why they ghosted you? No, they ghosted you because they don't love you enough to tell you that they can't do this. That's why. They can't do it because they cannot love themselves. They don't love themselves very much. So that's why they ghosted. That's just one of those things. The meanness in them, they've got kind of like a mean freak, a stubbornness, a stagnancy. That's something that is delayed their growth. Okay. Let's find out a little bit more here. We're going to go into some things that could make you feel better. The Star upright. And we also have our Ace of Wands that is upright also. Empress, that is upright. Okay, so to feel better, one must be optimistic. One must ideal actual love instead of love with attachments. So a good idea for you would be sorry, that is messing up. I don't know why that's messing up. Okay. Give it a minute, see if it focuses. Okay. So to feel better, you must get into a place where you're feeling inspired. Okay. So get into some truth, get into some of the things that you love, get into a place where you're comfortable in your own unique self-belief, values, identification, whatever it may be. Make it inspirational. Be optimistic about the next movement, the next page, okay? If you do that, it will add to, it'll make you feel much better because you are not in that place at all right now. You're feeling very ghosted. So you're in a very fucked up place. Because I get it. I know. Okay. Going into something that you actually don't know about the situation is that this person, the original idea, they thought it would be like a fresh start with you. They thought it was going to be like a newness. They thought that there would be more of a newness. Okay. And so it must not have been enough newness because it wasn't enough to make them feel like they were good. They needed you to make them feel like they love themselves, which is crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. Okay. Empress upright, that's our likely outcome. So you're going to catch on to a lot of growth. That is the likely outcome of the situation. And you are going to be very sensual by the end of this. You're going to be feeling amazing. And you got a little ways to go here, but it's almost like the action, inspiration, love, blooms abundance. So keep working through this, okay? You are going to be mothering yourself, or you could even get into a place where you're feeling like maybe you could be a mother, okay? But you are going to be sexually on fleek. So that is something that you will be eventually here. It will get you there. And this is just a part of it. This is just a part of it. Okay. I should have time-stamped that. So I'm going to time-stamp that really quick. We're going to keep moving through. We're going to get into our Scorpio's ghosted reading. All right, Libra, hopefully that turns out really nicely and hope for that outcome. Just keep that action, keep that momentum. You will gain access into some self-love, creating that growth into that world of like gifts for yourself. I hope. Hopefully that is sooner than later. Ghosting sucks. All right, Scorpio. Let's do one more. Two more maybe. Okay. All right, Scorpio, we're going to find out why you got ghosted. We're going to find out a little bit about the person and a little bit about you kind of going into the relationship. We have our Knight of Wands, and that is in reverse. We have our Seven of Swords, that is upright. 10 of Pentacles, that is upright as well, okay? Okay. All right. You came into this situation a little reckless, little impatient. You found very much, it's almost like there was already frustration within. So it was already like the relationship was delayed the moment that you got into it, if that makes sense. But there was an arrogancy, almost like you weren't seeing the full thing here. Like you were not seeing something, because as far as this relationship goes, it's very unstable. And you would have been dealing with a Pentacles or an air sign. So you could have been dealing with Earth sign or an air sign, which Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We've got our Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay. All right. So then they have a good life. This individual is very wealthy. They're extremely secure. They're a traditional sense of person. Okay. So this person's extremely traditional. Okay. They didn't feel like there was a secure value or tradition or solid anything with you. Okay. And again, you were very arrogant when you went into this. You were very impatient. You probably went in this frustrated, knowing what you were going to get out of it. The reason that there is a full ass ghosting here is because this person had hidden secrets. You were this a person. Okay. So there was some deception here. Somebody was not telling the truth. Okay. And it's almost like you had their back, or they had your back, but somebody could not hold back because they found out about it. So it's like there was a truth here, and it's like you kind of just dove into it like arrogant, thinking that it was going to be okay. You just kind of dove in. You're like, this person's like all laid up in the perfect way. This is a perfect relationship. This is where I should be. And it's like it kind of turns out that maybe that's just not the case. Okay. All right, let's find out a little more. How do we feel better in this situation? How are we going to get into a likely outcome as well as what you should know about this relationship? All right, so we have Six of Cups upright, and then we have our Knight of Pentacles that is in reverse. Six of Wands, that is upright also. All right, so this card is just indicating that you need to take a look into the childhood, into the past, go deep. Because clearly you're a little reckless with yourself and you just jump into this relationship thinking that because this person is so solid externally that maybe it would be fine. Like you're so arrogant to think that this is what it was. Well, it's not you being, you're not a bad person because of that. It's just, it is what it is. But you were looking for something specific, okay? But you could have been doing it even for the, the love of a child that you have. But I really feel like it's just something about having to, if you're single, to go back into the past and take a look at what was going on. Okay. So because you're doing a lot of overthinking and maybe have a little anxiety. So maybe just kind of working on that to make yourself feel better. Okay. Just reevaluate things before you get back, dive in deep into things. Things that you're going to need to know about this individual is that they are actually the opposite. So we're going to confirm these truth and lies. Okay. This person said he was solid, he was stable, he was responsible, but he was lying. He's unstable. Okay. Whoop. There we go. He's unstable and he's lazy. Okay. That was not true at all. That was not true. He didn't give you his truth. Okay. And he was very weak-minded, especially when you're lying about who you are. This person was just lying to you. They ghosted you for your benefit. That is what happens. The universe wipes that out so you can move on and keep growing. And you obviously have something specific here, Scorpio, that you need to be dealing with. Yeah. Okay. So the likely outcome here is just a breakdown. There's just too much tension in between the two of you. So it's just uncertain. There's no support. It's just like they left. So that's just what it is. Okay. And there was just like a huge fear of commitment, not only with you, because you have a fear of commitment. That's why you were being very reckless, because you were not like attuning into that at all. It normally helps bring you back in. This person also did. They weren't acting that way though. All right, Scorpio. I'm done. I'm done with your reading. We're going to move on to our Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, we're going to find out a little bit about them and you, reason for ghosting, get a likely outcome, and we're going to find out a couple things along the way. Okay, we're done. All right, we've got our Judgment in reverse, Six of Cups, that is upright. And we also have our King of Cups, that is in reverse, okay? All right, let's start off this time with why the hell did this person ghost me? Okay. So this person is definitely going to be something of a Scorpio. So Scorpio or a water sign. Definitely. Okay. So the reason for the ghosting is something to do with just trying to simplify the overthinking of themselves. So they overthink constantly. They could even have a child, or they were doing it in the benefit of the child. So they might have been a single parent who was just overthinking the situation, and they're just like fucking out of there. Okay. So they didn't want to deal with it. Totally didn't timestamp that. All right. So this person just kind of was overthinking it, but they were definitely looking for something. They were in the works of looking for something. But again, they could have been just overthinking things and kind of fucking things up anyway. So they were like, whatever, I'm just going to ghost. Okay. So you kind of went into this relationship kind of hiding who you really were though. Okay. Sagittarius. I think I called you Scorpio. You're Sagittarius. Okay. So you had a lot of self-doubt about you. okay? With this Judgment in reverse, it's just indicating that you were not very confident in who you were, so you put a mask on. A lot of people do that, like we do. We change things up. I make myself like more feminine and less, abrasive, less aggressive, and less masculine. Sometimes I don't, and then men are not attracted to that apparently, or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not good at dating. Okay, so this is just a lot about you not wanting to let go of your shadow. So the idea that you have this shadow and you have this past and you not showing who you really are makes no sense, because if you're holding on to your shadow and your past shadows, maybe you should be working on that instead of a relationship. It's just me. The cards will confirm it, I'm sure. But as far as they go, they were extremely jealous, but they were feeling like an idiot emotionally. So you were feeding them a bunch of bullshit, and they're very masculine energy, and they're like, I don't fucking think so. This don't make no fucking sense. That's why they ghosted you. They were overthinking, okay? And if they had a child, they would have been doing right by the child too, okay? But they were the entire time unsure of even getting into it with you. So they get into this relationship and they're like, I don't think so. I feel like an idiot already. I feel like I didn't listen to the flags. I didn't look at the red flags. I don't think that I'm doing this correctly. And they kept thinking about it, but they kept the thoughts to themselves because you were not having it. You weren't having the thoughts anyway, so it didn't really fucking matter. Okay. We're going to find out how you can feel better and what you should know about the situation and a potential outcome. Empress upright, King of Cups upright, and then we got our Magician card upright also, okay? So to make you feel a little bit better, you need to get growing. So again, confirming that you really need to work on your sexuality. For some reason, that is being brought up in your sensuality. So just trying to find more of a motherly side or more feminine side, feeling good side, soften you. But if you want growth and abundance, you have to catch action to it. So you got to call action to really confirming that you want to fucking get rid of this shit. You don't want to dispose of the shadow until you learn and grow with it. There is no getting rid of that. There is no getting rid of overthinking or the thoughts. We just find the space in between. We just find a way around it, okay? Or a way to grow and intermingle and intermix. But you really need to get your sensual side going. That would definitely help. A lot of self-care and a lot of growth, a lot of deep diving for you instead of a relationship. So the ghosting is an action call for me in my mind. It's like saying, hey, the universe is like, listen, you're with an idiot who doesn't know your value. So I'm going to make them ghost you because I do that. I can do that. I got you. Okay. But when I do that, when they're gone, you need to work on you and then try to get into a relationship. Okay. That's the universe talking to you. Otherwise, if you don't listen to it, bad shit will happen. I don't know. A little bit, kind of. You just feel like shit. You'll feel just as much as they were fucking treating you. You'll feel like shit. Okay, so a little bit about some things here, a little bit about this person and the situation here that you need to know was that they expected a good outcome here. They did. There was a lot of positive change throughout, but they had an illusion. They made up an entire fucking thing to skate around the fact that they were literally overthinking. They were jealous. You left a lot of space for them to do that, but they thought, I'll just pretend it's not happening. And they love the idea of love. So why the fuck not? Likely outcome here was that it was very, very much a focus. There was a lot of manifestation of this situation. And as far as I'm concerned, the determination to get your capabilities and to bring that shadow work out is definitely here. So just keep moving forward. You're going to gain access into a really great focused place. And that's a beautiful thing, okay? You'll get into this manifestation place where you create abundance. Work on your bullshit first, though, because that person, you ain't got time for that. You got work to do. Okay. Let's get into who we got next. Line up. Okay. Capricorn? Yeah. Let me timestamp it. better. Okay, Capricorn. Who have you destroyed today? Just kidding. No. All right. There's a lot of growth here. These ghostings, they call to you needing to go grow. It's like, why is this person here? And the universe is like, I'm going to move them. Work. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's simply getting rid of the things that don't understand your value and worth. And you literally are needing to grow and learn and find expansion. So you can't possibly be dealing with these people. Nope. You know why? Because these people don't have those good intentions for you. These people are trying to use you. I know. They looked pretty, don't they? They're ugly. Oh my God. I'm going crazy now. I've done way too many readings today. Okay. Capricorn always takes me a minute to shuffle. I don't know why. Okay. All right. All right, Capricorn, let's find out a little bit about this ghost. We have our Tower upright. We have our Emperor, and that is in reverse. King of Pentacles, and that is upright. Okay. The reason for your ghosting is, drum roll. I mean, your person had no discipline. They had a horrible discipline. Okay. This person could have been older. They had some rigid ideas. But as far as like ghosting, there was a fear for them to be your leader. Even though they were older, they had a fear of commitment. They had a fear of standing up for the situation and leading you, okay? And there was also an abuse in the authority that they had. So this person had a hold over you, Capricorn. They were expressing and they were being something specific that you put them on a pedestal, and they spewed negativity. And they took advantage of it. Okay. I don't know if that means yet. I do not. Okay. This person could have had depth in father issue, or you could have too. There's a huge father thing happening, and it could have been something that they couldn't have handled about you. So you could have had an issue with the father, and the father issues were so deep that they were like, I'm fucking out of here. Or else it could have resonated the other way. You could have been abusing your authority. Not quite sure yet. Okay. You felt like there was nothing here as far as like that it couldn't be, like you thought that it could be cured, whatever this situation was. Okay. And you felt like there was a huge shift and change in fortune. And like, you were like, okay, this is fated. This is happening. You know, you felt it internally and externally. Okay. This person that you're dealing with is an earth sign, or specifically an Aries or a fire sign. Okay. But this person was extremely unstable. They didn't have they didn't have all of the things that mattered for the situation. So they were giving you this big thing to, think they were, but they didn't have all that. So they were missing something, but they dodged you, but that's for a good reason. Okay. But something about the father stuff was just too heavy for them. They were like, no, I'm not dealing with this. Okay. All right. So 4 of Wands reversed, 2 of Swords reversed, World that is upright. Now, this is how are we going to feel better? What should we know? Some things about an outcome. Okay, so you are emotionally like overkill. Okay, so you have a baggage here because this person kept putting their emotional everything onto you. Okay, so you really need to let go of that now, and you need to let go of how other people see you in this situation. You need to let go of how they see you. Who gives a fuck anymore? Because they ghosted, right? Okay, so some things around the situation that you need to know about the situation that you didn't. Okay, 2 of Swords in reverse. Okay. They needed to heal. They felt like you both fucking sucked. You both sucked and you both needed to heal, but they felt like there was a continued fight constantly. Okay. There was always a fight. Now, God darn it. Yeah. It was just like there was a conflict that needed to be dealt with. There was a conflict that was not being handled. And the father thing keeps up coming up also. So I don't know where that resonates for you. Okay. Likely outcome, though, is if you were to follow up with, a resolve, you could move into a lot of peace with this individual. Okay. You could move in with this person. You could travel with this person, but there's something that you need to finish first. Okay. And if you don't, you will not receive the reward that you're working so fucking hard for. That's it though. You have to do what you're supposed to do, especially as, the person who's in the relationship. If they did ghost in such a sense that it made you feel ghosted. I mean, it could be someone who lives in your fucking house. Like, people ghost, they just stop talking. And it is unmanageable for some of us to deal with. It's just, it's a difficult, hard thing. All right. I will be back. I have to go to my yoga class. I have to go work out. I have to go fill up. Also, thank you for tuning in to Hangman Tarot. I will be back. I will have these posted. We'll get back into our last few zodiac signs. I literally don't even have time to finish those. But I want you to go ahead and hit subscribe to Hangman Tarot. Again, I'm Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot, people. That's right. I'm Hangman Tarot. Okay. Go ahead and check out all the links in that description box. You follow them, share, like, and follow for everybody else. Also, please have a really good rest of the middle of the week day. It's a beautiful day. Go outside, breathe in some yummy air. Have a good day.